I'm just gonna transition over. What up, guys? I'll do my intro in like a little bit, but Roderick Strong is still in NXT UK. I guess we could talk about. I guess I can also add on the thing of like everybody moving to different like not really promotions within WWE because it's still WWE but under the WWE banner. So like I could probably mention that. Uh Hold on. Yeah, we can. I want to make this smaller. There we go. Has it always been like that? That is. I'm just adjusting everything on my screen. So yeah. Okay. No wonder why. You guys are not going to see the changes on the stream because it's all on the back end and stuff like that. Um, all right. So yeah, I have a pretty good idea in my head for what we're gonna do. I look fine on camera. Everyone can see the other things. All right, cool. Let me take that out. I would randomly like to say that for my audio podcasts, if you're not listening to them on anchor.fm/square circle podcast, so I've been looking at the geographical location of like who listens to the episodes and like where it gets played. I find it very funny that for New York, it has now become the Bronx, Brooklyn, and New York. Before, like the Bronx was just in the lead and Brooklyn didn't really have too much of a staple, but I really thought that was funny that it's now the Bronx, Brooklyn, and New York. That's like super funny to me. Just because I wonder how many and who from the Bronx are actually listening to my podcast episodes. That'd be cool to know. That would be cool to know. I am stalling for unknown reasons, just so you know. I don't know why I'm stalling. All right, so we can definitely get started here. Hey, all right. So Kenny's from Brooklyn. Awesome, 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 awesome. I was just wondering, like, where, like, who in New York is actually listening to my stuff on anchor.fm/square circle podcast, which by the way, for everyone that has Anchor, I know that might not be like your first choice if you ever wanted advice in, podcasting, and like, and just wanted to know where to get started. So like there's a bunch of options out there for you to host your podcast on. I only chose Anchor because that was the free version. Hey, Jersey Devil, what's up? And you're from Florida. Cool. I could probably check my analytics now about that, see how much percentage Florida has. But give me a second. Let me put this information out there for people who might want to start a podcast but don't know where to put their podcast. So basically, so anchor.fm is a free hosting site. You could put your podcast on there for free. You don't have to pay any fees. There are multiple other podcast hosting sites that you do have to pay for, but like when you're poor like me and doing this from scratch and trying to make a name for yourself and trying to get in that revenue, you basically want to go with free. Anchor.fm is the free choice to go. You know, what I really love about it is that when you fill out the information on the back end, you basically allow them to distribute your podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify, Castbox, Pocket Cast, and like a few others. Like you have at least 9 different options, including Anchor, to like distribute your podcast episodes. So that way everyone from around the world can listen to it, and they can listen to it on their favorite platform. So that's why, you know, at the end, I'm like, you know, make sure to go to anchor.fm.com to go listen to my podcast episode. And then I'll let you guys know that because this is a video formatted podcast show, the cool thing is that Spotify and Anchor have teamed up together, and I could put those videos on Spotify so you can watch me on the go as well as a video. And I really think that was amazing that I ended up getting the like first trial for that to like upload videos. And those are really cool because you could also ask community questions, so you could keep the conversation going. And I think that in the world of podcasting, that's like needed, especially to like change, especially to like make sure that, you know, podcasting is not becoming stale. So that's why I continue to stay on anchor.fm. The other upside is that when you do start out, you do end up, I think you do, I don't know. You do end up getting the sponsorships that are available to you via Anchor. However, my sponsorships ran out, and I don't know when I'm gonna get sponsorships from Anchor. So like advertisements and sponsorships that bring in ad revenue, so that way, you know, your pockets can get a little bit of money, because it is kind of difficult to do this without like a backing of a big corporation or a backing of a sugar daddy, or, you know, or a sugar mommy. I don't know, whichever one you want out there. But, you know, Anchor does kind of help you out with that. But because I've reached my level of uh clicks per mil, basically, like I got enough plays, and that was all thanks to a previous Tony Khan video that just, you know, got me there. And I maxed out all of my I guess my funds, my thresholds, and then that was it. I no longer have any sponsorships. I no longer have any ad revenue coming in from anchor.fm. You know, it's one of the things that I have to deal with, and by doing that, that's why I ask you guys and try to encourage you guys to support through Ko-fi or coffee, where you can give a one-time donation, or you could do a monthly donation, or you can shop in my shop, and eventually I'll reopen commissions. But like, think of coffee like a Patreon, just a little bit better, where like you know, I give you guys options, because, you know, you work hard for your money, right? So why not give you that option? Patreon is like, it's either you do or you don't. um you know, so basically, like, yeah, that's information for you guys out there that want to you know, want to know where to put your podcast on and stuff like that. Why did I start with that? Because I don't know, my brain today is like all over the place. I do know that I miss you guys. I do know that I want to show you guys something else. um I don't know if I already took a picture of it, but I am so happy with the results that um I want to share it. I want to share it with you guys. Did I take a new picture of it? Nope, I did not take a new picture of it. Okay. Um, okay. All right. So give me a second here to take a picture of this, and I'm going to show this to you guys on stream rather than just sharing my stuff, because I really don't want to do that. I'll just take a picture of it and I will show it to you guys, and then I'll go back up into the chat and read what you guys are saying. I do appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out with me. I really, really do. Okay. Let me just go back to what happened to my chat? Okay. Yeah, I am using OBS, Kenny. I'm also using Stream Elements too. Cool. Uh oh, cool. That's cool. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I missed anybody. Jersey Devil did say apparently no thresholds on big announcements. Man, don't get me started just yet, man. Let's save my rants for the actual podcast. Right now, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling with you guys right now. But yeah, Jersey Devil, wait until we actually do the actual podcast. I'm just chilling with you guys. But I do have rants. You guys know me. I have rants. Um, okay, so what I want to share with you guys is a couple of things, really. Um, all right, Kenny. Yeah, you know, just slide into my DMs, and we can set up and just like talk on Restream or whatever the case may be, and I'll teach you what I know. Okay. So this it should transition already. Um, So this is basically what I want to show you guys. As you can see, like we checked off almost all of it except for the last part, right? So we're on our way to affiliate, and I really, again, I appreciate you guys are here listening to me ramble about stuff. So we made it past 50 followers. We're currently at 71 followers. I streamed for a lot of hours. I don't give you guys a schedule because if I did, I will burn myself out way more quickly and I will overthink what I really need to tell you guys. I just haven't gotten into the habit of like every single like AW Dynamite that has to be a post show or Raw that has to be a post show. Like I don't really do that kind of stuff. I wait until or even like New Japan Pro Wrestling. Well actually I do that like right after I watch it the day like the next day. But if I had a schedule, I would definitely be burnt out and I would, be so annoyed that it won't be a good podcast. I never want to come on this podcast to feel like it has to be forced, to feel like, I have to be obligated to talk about wrestling, even though there's other things that I could definitely do. We could definitely watch wrestling together, which we have done in the past, and I still want to continue that. But to tell you guys, hey, meet me here when life could take a different fucking turn. Like I'm always trying to be flexible with everybody that I interact with on Twitter. If somebody needs me for their podcast episodes, I would practically sort of drop this um and go help them out. So yeah, even apologies if you hear like some other stuff in the background. But yeah, Kenny's definitely right that he said I had a schedule and it stressed me out at times. Yeah. Before I started branching out to do the Square Circle podcast, I also have Ravage Lands Production, which is with my significant other, and it's a gaming channel that both me and him have, but it has become more of him because that's what he always wanted to do in life. And until I came along, he never did it. When I came in to the picture, I basically like kicked his ass and told him, look, man, you got to start someday. You got to like do whatever you need to do. And bam, we created that together to the point where like we got press passes for like Comic-Con and did like documentary series and stuff like that, and also playing video games. So, we had a schedule starting out with that, and that shit was like burning both of us out. It was stressing both of us out. So that's why we no longer like have a schedule for like any of the shit that we do. Plus, anyway, he has a really bad sleeping schedule. So just imagine if we try having a schedule. It's like, no. Then, with me and, Square Circle Podcast and wrestling and stuff, I just leave it open to whenever I get the urge to come on here and talk to you guys and you guys listen to me, which is kind of funny. I'm still sometimes amazed when I take a back seat and I'm like, all this love that I get. I'd rather be cherished for like the knowledge that I have rather than like, something else that really doesn't equate to what I'm doing. But yeah, that's a little like side story from me. But I put in more than 8 hours. I streamed on more than 7 different days. And then we're just so close to averaging the 3 viewers that we need in order for me to reach Twitch affiliate, and that's the next goal. We're almost there. And again, I really do thank everybody that has um come onto this podcast, found this podcast, via Twitter or anywhere else. But yeah, that's one thing that I wanted to show you guys um, as well. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys is so I did this poll, right? As you know, I always advocate for the coffee website, which is www.ko-fi.com/Marie_shadows, which, you can definitely support me there. So they always, like, every month they have something going on, and this month was an April challenge where, we ask, well, the creators ask their fan bases like what they should do next, what project they should complete. So these were like the things I came up with. I was gonna write like a whole blog about it because sometimes when I'm like, hey, what should I do next or what should I add? Like, I always have this thing in the back of my mind that it's not enough as a content creator, or that, like, because there's crickets, I don't know if it's good or not. And if there's no financial support, because essentially I'm doing a service where it's like I make all this content and just want to get some type of financial stuff back. I apologize if it's not the thing you're used to, which is gatekeeping over on Twitter, making up rumors for wrestlers over on Twitter, making up lies just for like clickbait headlines and stuff. Like, if it's not any of that, sorry, you came to the wrong channel. Just because I like to do everything in kayfabe, and I want to make sure that the wrestlers are never ever disrespected at all in like my presence on the show or whatever it is that I'm talking about. That's why I would have all this knowledge ahead of time. So that's my content. Again, apologies if, like, I don't do what every other supposed journalist does and then tries to, go after you over stupid shit, which has happened. But yeah, Kofi does this thing every month. This one was just like, asking your fans what kind of projects should you complete. And most of the people that use Coffee are people who draw. And I'm here like, I can't draw for shit. Like, how am I going to attract people if I can't draw? Because it seems like they do outstanding numbers and stuff like that. I guess I could say numbers. They do really good drawings and stuff, and I'm like, yo, I wish I can like support you guys too. But I'm here talking about wrestling. But in this case, I said, will people be interested in a cookbook, a wrestling novel, me publishing my old poems from back in the day in high school, or if somebody had like a better idea, they should comment. People were more interested in the wrestling novel, and I'm here like, oh, this is cool. um I mean, listen, I draw pennies. I'll tell you this. I try to create so many different revenue streams that I know that those revenue streams are like a marathon and not a sprint. I also I also write on Medium .com as well. And sometimes I'm surprised to get in my email of like, hey, you made $34, not $34. I wish I made fucking $34 on that site. But I would get emails that would say, I got 34 cents for people reading maybe like one random article that like I wrote about why I'm losing money on Patreon. And I'm here like, oh my god, can you guys focus on like my wrestling stuff? Like, man. Um, but yeah, sometimes I will get emails that'll say, hey, for the month of March, in March I made 34 cents. I don't know how much I'm making like this month, but that's like Medium is the type of place where you write articles, you put it up and you get money from it, but it's pennies. So basically, Jersey Devil is right by saying Marie Shadows never drew a dime. No, I draw pennies, unfortunately, with everything that I do. There are the off chance of people do like donate and stuff, but I'm like, cool, that's awesome. I would love for people to read the first draft of the wrestling novel. I've already seen some fucking plot holes in it. And I'm the one writing it, and I'll tell you now that if I notice the fucking plot holes, you guys would notice it too. Maybe, hopefully, I guess. Which is kind of funny because I'm the one writing it, and I'm like, I should have figured all this out, but I didn't plan anything. I just know where it's gonna go. I know that it's going to be a trilogy. And I'm writing it as I go. I don't even have like an outline. Jersey Devil says like Nikita Volkov joining the $1 Million Corporation sent signs. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I enjoy writing my wrestling novel. I got the bug back to do it. I'm already 31 and I probably should have like a published book out by now, because that was one of the dreams of me accomplishing one day, other than going to WWE, was to be a published author. I do have chapters 1 through 4 up on Amazon Kindle Vella, just so that people could read it there, but it's a little bit hard to get people to read it because it's sort of like secluded in a way and stuff like that. But I can sort of put it on other places. I just have to change around the stuff for people. Hey, Mike, what's up? For people to like read the novel chapter by chapter. I'm already 6 chapters in, and this chapter requires me to write a mixed tag match, which is gonna be pretty fun. I already got past one tag team's like entrance and like description, and then like I need to write the other ones too. But that's as far as like I got in my wrestling novel. The cookbook idea, listen, I don't know what a teaspoon versus a tablespoon is. So I'm here like, you guys are gonna get my recipes the way that I would explain it to you if you were with me in person. There's gonna be a huge disclaimer whenever I do this cookbook, in like the beginning, that says I measure with my eyes. I don't really measure anything when I cook. See, Jersey Devil, you saying 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. I don't know what that means, okay? That's basically like Steiner math, but worse than Steiner math. And Mike, I hope you feel better from all the allergies overload. I saw the comment. Do a virtual cooking show. I would love to do a virtual cooking show, but I do not have the setup or the equipment for it to sort of do it. I don't have a really good camera where I could like go live for it. And I can't really take my setting of the laptop plus the camera to go and do that. So I would love to do it, but I just don't have like the setup and stuff. I guess Thunder Math, if you want to explain to me what the fuck 3 teaspoons is to 1 teaspoon. Mike, I do have a phone, but my phone sucks. It sucks because it's running out of memory and I can't do shit. So like, you remember when I was really happy that I downloaded the New Japan game on my phone and I was playing it? That wasn't working at all. I mean, it was working, But then once the storage was running out, I can't play the game anymore. So I'm dealing with storage. Uh yeah. Um yeah, go based on taste rather than measure and stuff like that. But once I get a better phone, I should be able to, put out some stuff. But currently right now my fucking phone sucks because I don't have enough memory and space, and no matter what the fuck I do, it's not going to work. I haven't even updated my phone to like the latest Android thing that came out. So, there goes that. And then, publishing my old poems. I used to write a lot in what game systems do I have? I have a lot of game systems. Uh Off the top of my head, I have my Nintendo Switch, my Xbox, uh basically all the lines of Xbox except for like the new ones. All the lines of PlayStation except for the new ones. There's also like a Game Gear, a Dreamcast. I'm saying this between like myself and my significant other. Dreamcast. Did I say Gamecast? Game Gear. I said Game Gear. Nintendo. Basically all the line of Nintendo. Um, we don't have a Virtual Boy. Uh, what else do we fucking have? We have a lot of things. Um, we have a lot. Maybe one day we should do a video of like all the stuff that we have. Um, yeah. And then one day I know that Kenny was asking for it. Um, do we have Tiger Handheld Electronics? I think we do. Um, Yeah, Kenny, we really do need a game night, man. Again, just let me know. I don't mind changing up the stream from like not talking about wrestling to playing video games and shit like that. It just depends on what we have. Like, I would love to have like a Uno night because Uno has Uno Flip, and I really enjoy playing Uno Flip. But yeah, Jersey Devil. I think we have some Tiger handheld electronics. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I don't know. I'm thinking we have like a lot of shit. A lot. Um but yeah, getting back to the poems thing. I am a hybrid streamer. I am. Yeah. Just because like I have a lot of interest and shit like that. Um so yeah, I used to write a lot in high school, so I have a lot of poems that are emo poems. They're all fucking emo at one point. Maybe that should be the first thing I publish and see how well it does, and if that like picks up any steam and helps me write, this wrestling novel that I'm writing. But yeah, that's what Kofi was doing for the month of April, was to ask people, what they wanted to see, what they wanted to obviously see new, and stuff like that. I I want to say it could be um compatible. Not compatible. I mean crossplay. Um Poetry episode, interview Lanny Poffo. I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, okay, talking about interviews, right? I got the courage today to really ask two wrestlers if they want to be on my show. One, we're gonna have to like reschedule once he's back in Japan. But obviously there's no promises or guarantees. But once he's back in Japan, maybe I can get him on anyway. And then the other one, I'm just waiting for his response to let me know if he wants to come on and like chat about stuff. So that is a very huge progress for me, because I've been saying for months, I've been saying for years that I need to start interviewing wrestlers and have them on the show and get over my shyness. And after what I did this morning, something just kicked me in the ass and was like, it's either now or never, and you're going to keep talking about it, and you're going to see other people in this space, in this medium, that are going to get further ahead of you, and that's not something I want. That isn't, that's not something that I want. I want my name in the conversations on in the podcasting world, in the interview world. This is a huge step for me. And I only say that because you know, if you guys go to my YouTube channel, I do have my vlog section there, and I do go up to my buddies in wrestling and ask them questions and like have fun with them, and they're like super cool and everything. And like there's certain people that I miss. There's certain people that I'll call my boys because they are just amazing and their work ethic is great. Like, before PJ Savage blew up with the takeover, as you've been seeing on Twitter, and I've been part of that whole fucking Twitter war, which I think I should get into because it's pretty funny. Um, you know, uh, Before that, PJ Savage was still making the rounds and whatnot. And I have him on my pot. I have him on my vlog, where I just ask him questions about, what are we doing tonight? Well, what is he doing tonight? Who's he wrestling? How does he like Jersey? Standard questions. So I had some practice with uh his boys, the faceless ones, hijacked my fucking show. I'm never gonna let that down. But it was super cool. I enjoy having both of them around. And then just to meet up with all of them again, including Jay Bougie, to do promo day with them. Which, by the way, I have to release that vlog as well. I haven't released it yet, but that was really fun meeting up with them, because I told them that I'll drop everything just to go help you guys out with promo day so they could get all their promos out for like all their shows, and just help them out with behind the scenes. It felt fucking great to like get out the house and help out your buddies, because this is something that I fucking love. um it's something that I could definitely do every day and make sure that these guys are over, and they're pretty over. They're pretty over. Yeah, I think first I need this life talk out, and then we could jump into fucking wrestling. Just because like I just need this life talk out of my head. So the funny thing is that so where do I start with this Jay Bougie shit, right? He's probably gonna hear this shit and be like, I'm talking shit about him. But then again, he called me a fucking traitor in this whole story. Um, so what happened was that on Twitter, um, you know, Ron, who's part of Shane Taylor Promotions, bought some Crocs. Now, honestly, Crocs are like never interest me as like a shoe brand. I don't really care for Crocs. Like I don't understand, what was the hype about them and why people wear them. Like it's like no, I'd rather wear sneakers or give me flip flops or whatever, right? So Ron doesn't like it. He's like, oh, these shits feel really, Mike? You want to see me give people Canadian destroyers after you give them the shiny wizards? Man, how many times I gotta tell you my bumps suck? I can't fucking do a Canadian destroyer. Jeez, I can't fucking do that shit. My bumps suck. The only thing I like doing is running the ropes. Okay? That's the only thing I like doing is running the ropes. I don't care about anything else. Anyway, so Ron is filming himself of unboxing the Crocs, tries it on, doesn't like it, and attacks the cameraman. And the way that he like attacks the cameraman, I was like, yo, I felt that. I really felt that fucking force that he put in like hitting the cameraman. And so, he's just warning Jay Bougie and telling everybody like, oh, we're gonna be fighting here in Jersey at Invictus Pro Wrestling, so make sure to get your tickets for that. And so I just commented and I was like, yo, Bougie, like, be careful because no one comes back from the power of the chancleta, which is basically like flip flop. When Spanish mothers like be throwing their flip flops at you, and stuff like that. So for the sake of this story, I'm calling it chancleta. Uh so anyway, so Bougie and I are just going back and forth, and it gets to a point where he calls me a traitor, and I just take it with pride, and I was like, well, if you don't want my help, that's totally fine. Like, Ron, go kick his ass now. Because Jay Bougie over here is calling me a fucking traitor just because I'm trying to give him advice that can probably save his life, maybe. That, don't mess with the power of the chancleta. Don't do it. Like, if you know anything about Spanish families, don't do it. Um, so the next day, I see that Bougie is still talking his shit to everybody on Twitter, to the point where one of the fans was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be wearing my Shane Taylor Promotions shirt for the other team," and Jay Bougie was trying to convince that fan to buy a takeover shirt because he showed the box of the merch, and I basically jumped in for the hell of it to be like, "Can I get one?" And he's like, "Fuck out of here," right? And I'm like, seriously. I was like, all right, then I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to PJ Savage. Yo, can I get one? And what the hell? What the hell did he say to me? Um, I forgot what he said to me to lead into. Oh, he said that he's the only one with the merch, and I was like, okay, but how many have you sold? My network don't know your network, so yeah, you're leaving money on the table. And he was like, he was like, he sells the shirts, and then he tells me to let everyone know to hit him up in the DMs for the merch. So what I did was I told him, I actually quote tweeted it. You guys can like go back in my history just to hear this shit. Well, not really hear it, read it. I basically oh, what? Jersey Devil, it's only 5:39. Where the fuck are you going? But if you have to go, have a great night. But where the fuck are you going? I'm not done with story time. But have a good night. I appreciate you being here. I really do. I appreciate you being here and listening to me talk about crazy ass shit. Um, but yeah. Uh Mike, I know you're still here. You're not gonna go to sleep. Like, you and I live in Eastern time. It's just that I'm surprised that Jersey Devil will wish me a good night. But I appreciate that. I appreciate him coming through anyway. So back to story time. So I have no idea. I have no idea who T3 is. Who's T3? Okay, so back to story time. Oh, he's in Florida. Where the fuck you going when you're in Florida? We're on the same time. Oh, Thirsty Thunder Thursday. Okay. All right, but it's all good. If Jersey Devil has to go, it's all good. I forgot. Yeah, he said Florida. All right, back to story time. Um, People are gonna think I have like ADHD when they hear this. So yeah, he said that to send people to him for his into his DMs to buy the merch. So I basically said to him, I was like, hey guys, make sure to DM Bougie for your non takeover merch. Instead, DM him about his long walks on the beach at Crocs, like something to that effect. And then he responds with, I hate you. And then I respond with, nah, but I love you though. And I was really proud of that little victory. Um, and then, you know, I jumped in again just because I wanted to. Because Ron had finally answered back on something, and Bougie got in there and he misspelled the word scared because he said that he's not scared of a flip flop, and I was like, well, you misspelled scared, and that means that you really are scared of like getting hit with the chancleta. Like, um, you know, don't mistaken the power of it to the point where he's like, oh, awesome. Wow, there you go. Like, you did something significant. And then I was like, bro, I made it to WWE. I got my creative writing degree and my publishing certificate. So my job as an editor is to catch those mistakes. Don't let me write you in my wrestling novel so I could bury you. And then he told me that's gonna be Cap, and then I showed a picture. I put a gif of me like hitting him with a book. Um, you know, it'll be fun if I can like just smack him with one of my like various notebooks. That could be like, I buried you with my wrestling novel, just because. But other than that, to put over Jay Bougie, Jay Bougie is going places, man. He is going to be a really unstoppable force in professional wrestling. To the point of he's going to be good with social media, and he's going to be good inside the ring. So he could talk all the shit he wants, and then like basically back it up in the ring. And I really do like the fact that he's part of takeover. So that's PJ Savage, the Faceless Ones, and Jay Bougie. But I really thought that was a really fun little, I guess, back and forth um that we did on Twitter. So if you guys are not tuning in for the ridiculousness of trying to one up each other with jokes and all this kind of stuff, then you guys really should. So follow me at Maria_Shadows. So yeah, that's that for story time. Do I have anything more? Any other story time? No, there was that. Um, there was me saying to myself that I gotta do things that I want to do, and not just think about it or daydream about it, and not be shy about it. Because then again, what's the worst thing that people can, tell you is no. All right, so I remember, um, back up in chat. Jersey Devil said he's from Florida. Um, He's from Florida. So Florida right now, for my geographical locations for like listens for the audio side, less than 1%. However, for anyone living in Orlando, thank you for the 21% of listens. And whoever's listening to my podcast in Miami, 7%. And St. Petersburg gets a 5%, Pensacola gets 5%, Tampa gets 7%, and whatnot. I just remember that I could talk about the freaking David Finley and Finjuice thing. I could do that. For the United Kingdom, because Vortex is here in the chat. England has a whopping 96% of people who listen to my podcast. 2% are in Scotland, 1% is in Wales. That's due to Westanes. Westanes tend to listen to me, so they're cool peeps. They're awesome. One day I should probably try to get on their podcast just because. I do want to bring up my numbers in New Zealand. Hopefully one day I could bring up my numbers in New Zealand. So yeah. Does anybody want to throw in some life questions? Anything before I switch over and we talk about wrestling and it's going to be wrestling? You just see. Anyone? Anybody want to throw in some life stuff? Life stuff that we could cover? Questions? Anything? Oh my god. Um, I do not know how to make pervu pervu. No, I'm gonna fuck it up. All right, I do not know how to make uh like my brain can read the fucking word, but to pronounce it, um, it wants to say Peruvian, like it's combining the U and the V. But no, I do not know how to make that chicken. I really don't. Um, I get fancy, but I don't get that fancy, okay? I don't get that fancy. I get fancy, but not that fancy. Great American Bash is in June. Are you joining? What do you mean by joining? I don't know what you mean by joining. Am I gonna watch it? Sure. Am I joining it? No. Unless like I could just run the ropes and then get eliminated. I don't know. Oh, well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. We'll see when we get there. Oh my god. Um Month of Women's Empowerment. Wait, are you saying June is like women's empowerment or the show that you're doing is like women's empowerment? Let's see. Last year we had 6 women on the episode who run a show business. Oh, um, I mean, if you want me on there, that's fine. You just gotta let me know. Um, I am in the wrong folder to switch back to the thing. Oh yeah, I guess I could mention this before I switch over. Switch over. I'm your first round draft pick for that thing. Of course, I want you on there. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna be adorable Marie. That is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be adorable Marie right now. Um, sure. Yeah. Just tell me in DMs like when it is, and we could probably plan it. Yeah. You know. So this thing is an actual game. Um, yeah, it is basically networking for everyone. That's what happened with when I was on the all women's panel thing back in March. So this is basically a game that I want to start playing like in the mornings, and it's okay if you guys like don't necessarily join me in the mornings. It's totally fine. Cuz I don't think I'll be using this like towards the night cuz it's a workout game. I'd rather get my workouts like in the morning. But this is something that I was thinking of doing in the mornings, and then maybe hold a wrestling stream towards the end. Like later in the day. It depends, but if I'm not like super exhausted after this. But yeah, um this is just a little heads up for people to know that I want to do this in the morning. Again, you do not have to be with me in the morning. If you tend to make it, that's totally great, but you know, you don't really have to. All the videos will be up on YouTube and also on Kofi, my coffee page, really. So you guys can watch like the replays there. But I got to start doing something to work out, and I had this for a while, but this is something that like I want to implement into my streams and stuff. Um, okay. Where is? Oh, I passed it. Okay, I passed it. We could get talking into AEW. Um, but before we do that, because I'm gonna need energy at the moment, we are going to take a quick break. Make sure to tell your friends to tune in because this is the wrestling portion of the podcast where it's gonna be official. I think I gotten everything out of my system. From what I've been feeling from like the morning all the way like to now, and just having a fun time with you guys in chat. Let's keep it going, but also let's take a stretch break because we have been like talking for an hour, and I'd rather you guys like get a really nice stretch break. Just because stretching is good. Um